Hi, this is Ricky from Aiir. Welcome to the Community Radio Awards for 2024. And what an amazing year it's been. From us at the company, we acquired Radio News AI, and I'm super excited to share with you guys that product will soon become audio.co, with lots of great new tools and opportunities for you to use inside your community radio stations. We'll look forward to telling you more about that in the new year. But today, it's all about you guys, the community radio industry at its best. As a director of a community radio station, B Radio in Reading, I'm incredibly proud to be part of this industry. And tonight, we're here to celebrate the best of the best. For those nominated this evening, congratulations. Hold your heads up high. This is a day to be proud. For everyone else, I hope you have a great evening and cheer on our champions. To the winners tonight, congratulations. Enjoy your evening.
Good evening and welcome to the Community Radio Awards 2024, sponsored by Aiir, with audio by DivaWeb.
I'm Debbie Mack.
And I'm Ian Brannan.
Please welcome to the stage the chair of the awards, Martin Steers.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 9th Community Radio Awards here in Cardiff. And it says in my notes, attempt some Welsh, and Nathan, get him credit, has spent the last half an hour trying to coax me. I'm not even going to attempt it, but please do. There's a lot of Welsh people in the room, so if nothing, I'd say try and grab them. Learn some Welsh whilst you're here. Why not? I wish I'd spent a bit more time learning some, so I could do some. Wouldn't that be great? We've been doing this nearly 10 years now, and every year we promise that we'll make it easier behind the scenes. But we never get a chance and we're always busy with other projects. But we do want to do better. So firstly, I want to apologise to you all here and those people watching at home for the timing of this year's awards. We'd hoped to have had them slightly earlier and also to have a lot more notice on them. However, due to our own organisational pressures and issues and some partner organisations, we've had some problems that did interrupt with our time frame. So we have had to put these together slightly more shorter notice than we'd hoped. But I promise you now that we are already starting to look for the future and looking ahead. I do want to say a big thank you to Nathan Spackman from Bro Radio and the Wales Community Radio Network for his help and support, and also working with him as part of the UK Community Radio Network for today's National Community Radio Conference that took place earlier, which I think was one of the best conferences we've had today. For those that don't know, the UK Community Radio Network is the national organisation that represents, supports and develops Ofcom licensed community radio stations. And we've been proud with the awards to work in partnership with them these past few years. Now, we are looking already ahead to 2025. We'll be celebrating our 10th awards and 20 years of community radio in the UK. We're already starting to make plans and hope to announce things much, much sooner. I wouldn't want to make any promises now when they're not, but we want to do much better because we want to make sure that more people can join us and more people can come and celebrate, particularly next year, 10th awards and 20 years of community radio. Well done to anyone that's been involved in community radio for that long in this room. I think actually a big round of applause for everyone on that. And as well as looking at 2025, we're also looking forward further ahead. We want to hear from stations that might be interested in helping host the conference and the awards in 2026 and beyond. Do get in touch with the awards, myself, or do get in touch with the UK CRN if you want to know more or might be interested. We want to be in a position that we are announcing the conference and awards almost a year in advance. So it's in everyone's diary and it becomes much more, the place to be to come and share best practice, celebrate and champion what's great about community radio. But back to this year, thank you all to have entered. We've had hundreds and hundreds of entries again. And as ever, the judges have said the quality of the entries are always fantastic. The judges are always blown away. I always get feedback from judges after the awards about how blown away, particularly, and I love telling this story, is almost every year without fail, we will have a new judge that's come from the BBC or come from commercial radio that maybe has a preconception on what they think community radio is, oh, it's just community radio kind of thing. And then they almost contact me and apologise, going, okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. Those people could be broadcasting on commercial radio. Although actually I think they're wrong by saying that, because I know community radio people, and we heard earlier from Steve from Black Cat, that even if he got off the job he wouldn't leave because he's passionate about Black Cat radio, because I think people are passionate about community radio, and actually it's not about there being good enough to be on commercial radio. I say community radio is good enough to stand on its own 2 feet and be the new local radio station for communities across this country. I do want to say a big thank you to our judges, over 70 from across commercial radio, BBC, community radio, and also academics involved in journalism, radio and media, and those that in the past have also been involved in sort of community development as well. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of judging. I haven't had the time to work it out, but it honestly is hundreds of hours of judging. We have a rigorous judging process. The details are on our website, where every entry is judged multiple times from across the industry, and it's a sort of a bit of a blind judging process. The judges don't know who the other judges are. The judges don't know the outcome. They score, and then the system works it out. If you're lucky enough to win a gold, I warn you now, you won't be able to enter next year. For that particular category, for that particular thing, best male can't, the winner of gold, best male can't enter next year. As a station, if you were to win journalism, then potentially maybe not. There is some wriggle on some of this. But what we do is we ask you to come and join our judging panel. And I know there's a few judges in the room tonight, so I definitely want to say thank you to the judges here. And we're very clever and sensible with how we organise the judging, so no one judges a category that sort of they're involved with or they've helped support an entry on and all this kind of stuff. And we do honestly take the judging very seriously, and particularly on how independent and robust it is. Now, moving on to our first awards, which are actually our community radio honours. We recognise some of those who have had a significant impact on our sector in all manner of different ways. Can be on air, behind the scenes, that kind of thing. These run differently with open nominations throughout the year, and we do want to tweak our nominations process for the honours. And the honours process is chaired by Maxine Jones, who unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight, but is hopefully watching from abroad, and she's one of our directors on the awards as well. So to introduce our first community radio honour, please welcome Wales Community Radio Network Secretary Steve Johnson.
Good evening. I'm Steve Johnson, until quite recently a lecturer at the University of South Wales, starting there as a community radio tutor in January 2002, and the current secretary of the Wales Community Radio Network. I'm privileged to be here this evening to award a community radio honour to my former friend and hugely respected colleague, Tony Wynne-Jones. Tony was a founding member of Anglesey and Gwynedd Mon FM. He began as the organisation's first deputy chair, seeing it launch on air on the 12th of July 2014, and later becoming chairman from 2016 until his passing in August this year. I remember Tony being the first person to call me to congratulate me after giving a fairly nerve-wracking talk at the Senedd, and thanking me for my support for community radio in Wales, which was very nice of him and a mark of the man. We went on to become to know each other quite well, and I vividly remember his determination for us all to work together for the betterment of the sector throughout the nation of Wales. Now, Tony spoke Welsh, I don't. He was from the north, I'm from the south, but none of that mattered a jot. This was all about uniting throughout Wales for a shared cause. I became very fond of Tony and personally admired him hugely. Tony was a superb advocate for community radio in North Wales, doing everything he could to make sure that the voices of the station in the north were heard equally, if not even louder, than those in the south, making absolutely sure they were never forgotten and that WCRN truly represented the whole nation of Wales, which is the whole ethos of the Wales Community Radio Network, of course. During his time as chairman of Morn FM, he supported hundreds of volunteers, secured thousands of pounds in grants and commercial sponsorship, and played a key role in expanding the station's FM coverage area to reach more people in the region. Tony's commitment to local radio, community local radio in particular, was unprecedented. Working full-time in local government, Tony dedicated much of his evenings and weekends to creating programmes, interviewing politicians, building relationships, being at local events, visiting transmitter sites and supporting the station's team of volunteers. His passion for North Wales Community Radio saw him play a key role in the formation of the Wales Community Radio Network, which you see here today and this evening. Prior to its official formation, Tony worked with me and other community radio advocates in Wales to build relationships with key partners, regulators, advertising agencies and government to champion community radio. After many years of us existing in name only, when the WCRM was officially formed as a CIC in 2023, Tony Wynne-Jones was unanimously elected as the organisation's first chair. His role saw him continue to fly the flag for stations right across Wales, forming key relationships with the BBC, Welsh Government and between stations to foster a stronger sector throughout Wales. And prior to his passing, Tony built a working relationship with Welsh Government's Creative Wales, which led to him creating a lengthy proposal, which in the end, and you can applaud this if you'd like to, which in the end secured an invaluable £100,000 in funding for Welsh Community Radio. Thank you. Very well deserved. Sadly, Tony was unable to see this fully through. With the funding officially confirmed just weeks after his passing, and in the last conversation I had with Tony, he said, let's get this over the line. That funding and this honour will hopefully create a lasting legacy for an individual who committed much of his life to community radio in Wales. And finally, I think this line in an extract from Morn FM, following his passing, pretty well says it all. He was more than just a chairman. He was our friend, a mentor, and a leader. Please welcome to the stage to accept this honour on behalf of Tony's family and Morn FM, Thomas Dobson and David Griffiths.
Noswaith dda I chi gyd. Good evening all. I would like to begin by thanking everyone at WCRN Cymru for nominating Tony Wynne-Jones, the former chairman of Morn FM, who developed Morn FM from strength to strength over the last 10 years. He was passionate about his community and the role we had to play. He was also one of the founding members of WCRN Cymru, as you previously heard. Tony worked tirelessly over the years to secure £100,000 in funding for community radio stations across Wales. His dedication and commitment to our community radio stations have been absolutely vital, and we are deeply grateful for his outstanding contribution. As the new chair of Morn FM, I am truly honoured to accept this recognition on behalf of Tony's family and the entire station. We will continue to build on his legacy, ensuring that Morn FM remains a valuable service to our communities for many years to come. And as he said to me once, cadwa'r freuddwyd yn fyw, which means keep the dream alive. Thank you all very much and a safe journey home.
This year, we have decided to award a second honour. Some years we award one, some a few. And this year, the second honour is going to Chris Tibbles. Sorry, I've got the surname mixed up here. Who's been passionate about creating and broadcasting radio in his community for over 20 years, as well as being dedicated to training others. He started out his local hospital radio at the age of 14, and from there went on to work at BBC Radio Cambridgeshire and then Light FM in Peterborough. Chris went on to become a director at Huntingdon Community Radio, compiling the application for the full-time licence for HCR 104 FM and winning their bid. Chris currently presents a weekly afternoon show on PCR FM in Peterborough and took over as head of programming in 2020, bringing the station up to date. All of this Chris has achieved around his full-time career since 2015 as radio and media tutor and now creative arts media hub manager at HMP Peterborough. It is through this role at the prison that Chris was granted the Certificate of Excellence Award by the National Prison Radio Association for the hard work and quality of the shows that have been created by his learners at HPM Peterborough. Chris is a fantastic mentor and is well known as someone who is approachable and always happy to help others. Unfortunately, Chris couldn't be here tonight, but he did send us this. Roll VT.
Wow. Good evening, Cardiff. Thank you so much for this. It's completely blown me off my feet. So it's a good job I'm sitting down. I've also got a beer as well to celebrate. So thank you. I will enjoy that in just a tick. I hope the food and drinks flowing with you tonight as well. I'm sorry I can't be there tonight. It's a shame that I can't be. I've been to Bedford, I've been to Coventry. I may have seen and networked with some of you over the past few years at Community Radio Awards. This weekend, though, it's just fallen that it's on my youngest daughter's 6th birthday. So instead of being with you and enjoying the Community Radio Awards tonight, instead tomorrow she's having a birthday party at Flip Out. So I'm going trampolining. So there could be a few broken limbs and bones on Monday. But yeah, thank you for this award. I am going to treasure it. I'm going to put it pride of place in my studio upstairs here at home. Yeah, thank you so much. There are a few people I want to thank, if I can. Firstly, my family. Without them, they have to put up with a lot of radio, as I'm sure you guys and your families have to as well. They have to put up with a lot from me. A lot of hours worked in radio. So, yeah, thank you to my family. I also want to mention two people that kind of broke me into the radio industry. Well, no, in fact, three. The first is Bill Hensley. Bill is a great friend of mine, and he, at the tender age of 14, I know, I don't look a day over 21, you're saying 25 years in the industry, but at 14 years old, Bill found me at the hospital radio in Huntingdon, at Hinchbrook Hospital, a radio station that he was also involved in. And at the time, he was doing an RSL for a radio station called Huntingdon Community Radio, which they were going for a Sally licence, so a commercial licence for Huntingdon. I did the RSLs because he saw potential in me at 14 years old. So I'd like to say thank you to Bill. I was on the board of directors that helped put HCR together many years later with Bill and the team at Huntingdon. Hello to Pete, and I know there were a few of you there tonight from Huntingdon, so hello. Also to Kev Lawrence from PCR. Kev has been a great mentor to me through the years, at both Hereward and then later Hart, also at Light FM as well in the city of Peterborough, and now at PCR. We've worked together for many, many years, so I'd like to say thanks to Kev as well. And one other who I don't ever think that he's worked in community radio, but through my time at the BBC and commercial radio, Tony James. I've got to give him a mention because he is another that gives me a lot of mentoring and is on the end of the phone when I need him. So Tony James, thank you to you as well. I've waffled for 3 minutes. Thank you for this award. It's brilliant. I'm going to honour it. I'm going to treasure it. Have a great night. Don't drink too much. If you do drink, don't drive because you'll spill it.
That's this year's honours. Our honours are always open for nominations, so if you think of anyone or can think of anyone that you think maybe meets the threshold of what we're looking for with a Community Radio Award honours, do please consider nominating them and submitting them for consideration. And actually, we always hope that the honours is a bit of a springboard. I do believe that more people should be recognised. Whether you like them or not, I think more people should be recognised with the National Honours Programme as well, and particularly more people from community radio. We only have 1 or 2 a year, and I think we should have a lot more. So if anything, I've always wanted our honours to be a bit of a springboard into that. So somebody that maybe is being recognised by us should maybe be considered for much higher honours as well. Now on to the main awards. I will do you a few little bit of logistics. I want to wish you all a great awards evening. You won't hear from me again until the end, which is great. You don't want to hear or see me. We've got some fantastic people to actually come and host the awards and present the awards. So some logistics on that. If you are here to present, or if you are presenting an award, so you're coming up to give a trophy out, the running order in the programme is the correct running order. You know what which nomination you are presenting, so please come up to see Christopher at the awards table. The entry before, so when the award before yours is being read out, come and see Christopher. He'll give you the trophy and the card. When we're announcing things, we want to hear lots of noise and lots of appreciation for people. With those nominated, those who receive bronze, those who receive gold, silver, and those who receive gold. And I would say, and very cliched, that we're sort of all winners in here. You all do fantastic work day in, day out to serve your community. I always actually, even more cliched, say that it's actually the real winners of community radio are our audiences and our communities that we serve and what we do for them. But whether you were nominated, you should hold your head up high, because that's a fantastic honour. And even if you don't get bronze, silver, or gold, you come away proud with what you do and your contribution that you give to your community and to your listeners. If you do receive gold, come up, enjoy it, shake a hand, receive a trophy, smile for our lovely photographer Vinny, who's running around all night, take your photo, say a few words, and then we're trying differently this year. Leave the stage and head straight over there for your sort of winner's photo. We'll see how that works. And then off you go. And whoever's presented the award, go with them to be there for the photo as well. So that's it for me until the end. Do enjoy the evening. I'm now going to leave the stage and put you in the fantastic hands of tonight's presenters.
Good evening and welcome to the Community Radio Awards 2024, sponsored by Aiir.
Please welcome your hosts, last year's male and female presenters of the year. From Black Cat Radio, it's Steve Greenall, and from Switch Radio, it's Priya Matharu.
Hello. Whoa. Welcome to the Community Radio Awards. How are you all? You can do better. Yeah, that's it. And how are you?
The beauty and the beast. Can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, there's been lots of thank yous that need to be doled out tonight. I'm not sure if you've all enjoyed your meal. I didn't know what I was going to be getting today because I've missed my full English breakfast. I thought I might get a packed lunch. I was looking forward to maybe traditional fish and chips, but instead we have to put our hands together, please, for the kitchen magicians, please.
Food was really nice, wasn't it?
It wasn't bad.
It was really nice.
Did you have the Black Forest Gatto?
Oh, yeah.
Very 70s. And I just want to say thank you as well to the people who arrived this afternoon for the conference, which was really enjoyable. People have travelled from far and wide. We've got one guy who's flown in from Beirut, I think, over at the back. People have come from all parts of the UK. They've come by train, they've come by bus, they've come by car. One or two have come by stagecoach. But you all got here, which is the main thing, and we're really looking forward to being with you tonight. Thank you, Priya. You actually got to pick your award up last year, didn't you? And I wasn't there.
No, so it's really nice that you're here today.
But can I just say that in 2021, I was the bronze presenter of the year, and on that occasion, I brought somebody with me. And I've brought that person with me tonight. The Full English Breakfast Show, which I present on Black Cat Radio, was nicknamed the Febs. And when I did my 1000th show, one of my listeners, Jackie Fitzpatrick, gave me Febsy. I give you Febsy, so he's my Black Cat mascot for the evening. Should we get on with this before the screens all go blank again?
Yes. Also, if you are on socials, make sure you use the hashtag CRAs24. We want to see all your posts, all your selfies. And that's at Com Radio Awards on X or Twitter, if anyone still says that. And on Instagram as well. Community Radio Awards on Facebook too.
Hashtag CRA2024. We go on to our first award now, and this award is the special award for the 2024 general election coverage. I'd like to welcome to the stage the Senior Lecturer in Media Production at the University of West England, Bristol. Will you please welcome Paul Atkins?
Croeso, and welcome to Cardiff. I can't believe I've got the first one. Okay, okay, here goes. And the nominees are
2024 election coverage.
All Out Election, Gateway 97.8. Vote 24 radio programme, NLive Radio. Radio Sky General Election hustings and live broadcast, Radio Sky. General Election history for the Isle of Wight, Vectis Radio. Warminster Election hustings, Warminster Community Radio. Wickham Sound General Election coverage 2024, Wickham Sound.
brilliant. So, the Bronze Award goes to the General Election History for the Isle of Wight, Vectis Radio. Okay, so the Silver Award goes to Vote 24 radio program, NLive Radio. And finally, the Gold Awards, the judges said this was an outstanding entry demonstrating the power of community radio. A brilliant, engaging piece of radio and very comprehensive coverage. The Gold Award goes to Wickham Sound General Election Coverage 2024.
We are delighted to accept this award on behalf of Wickham Sound. Wickham Sound has been on air for over 8 years and is run by over 50 volunteers, many of whom were involved in the comprehensive, balanced and insightful reporting of the 2024 general election.
They worked tirelessly to provide the local community with information they needed to make informative decisions, covering all hushed things regardless of political persuasion. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, Randox, Sketchers and Virgin Media. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And you step, Priya.
I know, don't want to trip. Time for our second award of the night, Newcomer of the Year, sponsored by the Radio Hub. Please welcome UK Bases Manager at BS Radio, Frank McCarthy.
Thank you. You're right, my name's Frank McCarthy from BFBS, as you just heard. As I say to many of the presenters on the team, less is more, so here are the nominees.
Newcomer of the Year, sponsored by the Radio Hub.
Joshua Jones, Academy FM Thanet. Olivia Giovanna Goodman, Radio Cardiff. Nell Ogdebeek, Radio Woking. Paul Babs Plum, Sheppey FM 92.2. Victoria Dinham, Source FM.
Hey, here it is. Bronze Award goes to Olivia Giovanna Goodman at Radio Cardiff. Congratulations. The Silver Award goes to Joshua Jones, Academy FM Thanet. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this person has a great radio presence and their story is one of pure achievement. With a warm conversational approach to interviews, they really listen and structure the features well. The Gold Award goes to Paul Babs Plum, Sheppey FM 92.2. I take it he's not here. All right. This is the award anyway. This is his.
It's like Steve Greenall last year. He wasn't there either.
I'll go this way for a photo on my own.
Take a selfie. Whoa. On now to the Sage Person of the Year. And I've had a selfie with her because I remember seeing her present so ably in 2020. She is once gold, always gold, Fiona McNeil.
This introduction. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. How are you? Fantastic. It's really lovely to be here. It's an absolute pleasure to be a judge on the panel for the UK Community Radio Awards again this year. And the last time I was here, I was presenting in Coventry. So it's really lovely to be here in Cardiff. And yeah, hope you enjoy your amazing evening. It's an honour to present the Sage Person Award for the Sage Award, recognising an individuals over 60 who have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to community radio. The nominees this year are all shining examples of dedication and passion for serving their listeners. So the nominees for this year's Sage Awards are...
Sage Person of the Year.
Paul James, Academy FM Thanet. Tony Gillam, Black Cat Radio. Catriona McLean, Radio Sky. John Reed Hansen, Red Kite Radio. Ronald Leilu, Vectis Radio.
Okay, so opening the envelope here. The Bronze Award goes to Catriona McLean from Radio Sky. You're not that far away from me. I'm from Glasgow, so I'll come up and visit sometime. Congratulations. Silver Award goes to Ronald Leilu from Vectis Radio. And gold. This person is clearly passionate about the industry and seeing their station thrive, with a wealth of experience and knowledge. The Gold Award goes to Tony Gillam from Black Cat Radio. Congratulations. There we are, right. After you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm not Tony Gillam, who unfortunately can't be here tonight. Tony is our founding director at Black Cat Radio and spent 50 years plus in the radio industry, starting off, I think, at Associated Biscuits. And he would probably see that he's a kind of behind-the-scenes man. He doesn't like the limelight. he doesn't think he does anything particularly spectacular worthy of an award. And he's probably a little bit sceptical about awards generally, but he's a very humble guy in that respect. But Tony has added so much to Black Cat Radio and to radio in general throughout his career. He started Black Cat back in, I think, about 2012. It broadcast at that point in time out of his garage. And in fact, when he was a boy, he broadcast from his garage. He had a big antenna in his village and only broadcast to the neighbours, and that's how he started in radio. So Black Cat was a very small beginning. It took us quite a few years, 5 years, to get a licence on FM. And today we're glad to see a thriving radio station that has picked up a few gongs here. Tony would be very proud, and he will be very proud of this. He'll be very surprised, I think. But Black Cat Radio wouldn't exist if it hadn't been for Tony saying, you know what, I think we could start a community radio station. So as a team, we're very grateful to him, and the radio industry should be as well. And I thank you very much indeed for this award. Thank you for the judges on behalf of Tony. Thank you.
Huge congratulations there. It's time for award number 4 of the night for Young Person of the Year, sponsored by the Radio Hub. So please welcome Concept Manager at Portsmouth Express FM, Harrison Arby.
Thank you, Priya. Just first of all, I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but there has been some sad news this evening that Howard Hughes has died, one of the true legends of ILR in its original form. Most famously, of course, reading the news on Chris Tarrant's breakfast show on Capital many years ago. One of the most widely recognised ILR voices of the time. I didn't know him well, but I do know that he lived and breathed radio. And randomly, I did set up his Twitter account about 5 years ago. Everyone was banging on about the fact he wasn't on it. And he thanked me for dragging him into, quote-unquote, Century 21 in his classic style. So given his love for our great medium, I think it would be fitting if we raised a glass to Howard tonight. Now, Young Person of the Year. As much as community radio is about finding a USP within a more crowded market than ever, it should also act as a solid training ground for the next generation of industry talent. One that allows them to express themselves. That's the next round of drinks paid for. The people who will go on to prove, as we have always proved, that despite change, evolution, new platforms, new faces, radio has a long and prosperous future. And it is always so refreshing to see that in action. As we can tonight, let's take a look.
Young Person of the Year, sponsored by the Radio Hub.
Ollie Hilton, BFBS Catterick. Daisy Barker, Chelmsford Community Radio. Theo Oakley, Radio Folkestone. Luke McNamara, Radio Woking. Mark Hobbs, Wickham Sound.
The Bronze Award goes to Luke McNamara, Radio Woking. The Silver Award goes to Theo Oakley, Radio Folkestone. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this person is outstanding, an enthusiastic and versatile presenter who can bring both the serious and the silly and everything in between to life with such creative use of audio. The Gold Award for Young Person of the Year goes to Ollie Hilton, BFBS Catterick.
So, Ollie's not here tonight. Ollie's actually looking after his sick father at the moment, but he did leave me a message in case something amazing like this happened. Thank you so much. He said it's brilliant to be recognised for this award.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege to work with the armed forces, and it's brilliant and rewarding to be in a position to champion them. He said, I have to thank everybody at BFBS, including my manager Frank and my colleague in Catterick, Chris Kay, who has taught me an incredible amount. A big well done to all the nominees. Thanks again. Love, Ollie.
You having a good time? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. You having a good time? Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. This afternoon when we had the conference, many of you were there, and we talked at length about volunteers and what they do and their worth and everything else. And I think every single one of you in this room tonight knows the value of volunteers. We couldn't run community radio stations without volunteers. I myself am a volunteer. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for everybody else as well. And it's just so lovely to be here tonight amongst a lot of friends. The Volunteer of the Year Award is sponsored by Wales Community Radio Network, and thanks to them for a lot of the work they've done here today in Cardiff. I'd like to invite onto the stage the Acting Chair of WCRN and Director of UKCRN, Nathan Spackman.
Good evening, Noswaith Da. Welcome to Cardiff. It's great to see so many of you here, and thank you for coming this evening and for you guys who are around for the conference. I'm here to present Volunteer of the Year, as mentioned. So many volunteers in this room who make a huge contribution to this sector. So as we said, I think we should give a massive round of applause. Everyone in this room was a volunteer who gives up their time for community radio. So let's go on to the award itself, and the nominees in Volunteer of the Year are...
Volunteer of the Year, sponsored by the Wales Community Radio Network.
John Locke, Bradley Stoke Radio. Josh Holmes Bright, Caroline Coastal FM. Dave Dallard, Airwash Sound. Robin Zhang, Radio Cardiff. Mick Terry, Sheppey FM 92.2.
And the Bronze Award goes to Dave Dallard, Airwash Sound. The Silver Award goes to Josh Holmes Bright, Caroline Coastal FM. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this person is an outstanding, hard-working and dedicated individual who's worked their way up, never forgetting their roots and passion to help and support the local station, achieving excellence in what they do. The Gold Award goes to Robin Zhang from Radio Cardiff.
Hello, thank you. I'm very much excited about it. Wasn't expecting this at all, but I'm just going to say, it's not really about me. I know this is Volunteer of the Year. It's all about my team. I look after the news team at Radio Cardiff, and I'm really proud to be building that team from scratch in 2020 when I took over the whole thing. We have Andy and Olivia, two of my team members here today as well. I think it's about me working with my team. My team makes the whole thing work, and we're just really proud to have a local news team for a community radio station that's working and that's functioning, that works perfectly, and we're just really proud of what we achieved. And thank you.
Oh, so well deserved. All right, it's time for some sports now. The 6th award of the night, Sports Show of the Year. Can we please welcome to the stage manager of Airwash Sound, Jeff Martin.
Good evening, everyone. Great evening so far, and so much to come. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. It's a great pleasure to be here, down from the East Midlands in Wales, to present the Sports Show of the Year award. And I think sports is something that you have to be passionate about. And I know sports presenters, you need to be on it 24/7 because you never know when a story is going to break. So I've got great admiration for everybody nominated in this category tonight. And here are the nominees.
Sports Show of the Year.
Richard Wyeth, BFBS Aldershot. The Hope FM Sports Review with Cliff Tribe, Hope FM. Live local sports commentary, Mix 92.6. The Rafa Report, Radio Sky. Switch Radio Sport, Switch Radio.
There we are. I think you're all winners. Well done, everyone who's up there on that board right now. Right, if I can get it out the envelope. The Bronze Award goes to the Rafa Report at Radio Sky. Well done. The Silver Award goes to Live Local Sports Commentary, Mix 92.6. Well done. And of the Gold Award, the judges said, this show demonstrates a range of styles of coverage. It is well-rounded and informs and engages with the audience. This is an obvious passion. There is an obvious passion for every kind of sport that runs through the entry. And the Gold Award goes to Richard Wyeth of BFBS Aldershot. Well done, Richard.
This is becoming a theme, isn't it? Richard isn't here tonight, but he does say, if this happens, wow, this is amazing, thank you so much. It means a lot, and not just for me and BFBS Aldershot, it also means a lot to the brilliant military sportsmen and women from the Army, Royal Air Force and Royal Navy, some of whom also represent their countries. Also, thank you to my fantastic colleague Natasha, who's over there, and my manager Frank, and that's from Richard. Thank you so much.
Going well so far, isn't it? Okay, we go on now to the award for Arts and Creative Radio of the Year. I've got to say, as far as community radio is concerned, we in this room are premier. Plus, we reach the parts that other radio cannot reach, and I think that Arts and Creative is very much at the hub of that. Will you please welcome on stage to present this award, the winner of the 2023 award from Chelmsford Community Radio, Michelle Durrant.
Everyone, I'm going to take my glasses off now. Right, creative audio is more than just sound. It's a powerful tool for storytelling, branding and engagement. Creative audio captures attention and evokes emotions in ways that visuals alone can't. By leveraging the unique qualities of sound, tone, rhythm and texture, creators can communicate messages that resonate deeply with audiences. As I stand before you now, we are here to celebrate community radio. And in this category, those shows or creative content that are artistic in nature, from drama to soundscapes, or that use radio as the medium to entertain, inform, or engage the audience about creative radio. Let's look at the nominations.
Arts and Creative Radio of the Year, sponsored by DivaWeb.
A Christmas Carol, Cambridge 105 Radio. Jazz Train Live, Source FM 96.1. Unplugged with Ashley, Switch Radio. Together. Warminster Community Radio.
Well done to all of the nominees. The Bronze Award goes to Unplugged with Ashley, Switch Radio. The Silver Award goes to Together, Warminster Community Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this entry is a good example of a radio drama which preserves the local connections and adds some local interest. The production has been well mixed with a nice sense of mood, and the performers deliver an interesting adaptation. It's good to see the community involved as the majority of the cast. The Gold Award goes to A Christmas Carol, Cambridge 105 Radio.
Thank you, Diol. I believe, I'm Sean Lang from Cambridge. I believe in history, I believe in theatre, I believe in radio, and I believe in community. And this production brought all of them together. And I'd really like to thank everyone at Cambridge 105, soon to be Cambridge Radio, for giving us the chance to put this on and make everyone's Christmas. Thank you.
Can I just say, Michelle's dress, I mean, come on. Beautiful. We are going to take a bit of a break now. You know, if you want to go to the bar, top up your drinks. 15-minute break, and then we'll be back for more awards.
Welcome back to the Community Radio Awards 2024, sponsored by Aiir.
I'm Ian Brannan.
And I'm Debbie Mack.
Please welcome your hosts, Steve Greenall and Priya Matharu.
As Morecambe and Wise used to say, what do you think of the show so far? We could change tack. Would you like us to? No, we'll carry on. Listen, thanks to everyone who's watching tonight on YouTube or following us on social media, sharing their posts with us on social media. Please keep sending the love through for community radio, both in the room and online. Well, I think we've got one or two messages coming in, haven't we, Priya?
Yeah, we've got a couple of shout-outs. Sadie wishes everyone good luck and sends congratulations to Bab's team at Sheppey FM. We've got, come on. We've got Barry, Kane and Grant, who sends all the best to all the nominees. And yeah, everyone's a winner in this room, right?
Next award.
Yeah, award number 8 now. News, Journalism and Factual Storytelling Award, sponsored by Radio Today. So please can we welcome, representing Radio Today and the face behind Radio Today Wales, Gareth Joy.
No, it's not Roy with a toupee, I can assure you. Good evening. May I welcome you to the home of Welsh football? In case you didn't hear, Turkey 0, Wales 0 earlier today. Well, it'll be better than the rugby tomorrow, that's for one thing. May I say, not only is it a pleasure to be here tonight, it's also rather inconvenient. I was hoping to go to a gig, actually, up in Bangor, but never mind, we are here. I mean, I could tell you my story all night, but these guys probably tell the best stories around in community radio. The nominees.
News, Journalism and Factual Storytelling, sponsored by Radio Today.
Natasha Renault, BFBS Aldershot. Hayley Hammond, BFBS Bryce Norton. Ryan Galpin, BFBS Salisbury Plain. Action taken for action in St. Neots. Black Cat Radio. The agony and the ecstasy. Saving Oldham Coliseum. Oldham Community Radio.
Thank you, Debbie and Ian, our voices of God tonight, Benko. So the bronze goes to Natasha Renault, BFBS Aldershots. The silver, also from the Forces broadcaster, Hayley Hammond, BFBS Bryce Norton. But our winner, this entry was a beautifully related, dramatic journalistic tale, according to the judges, an example of good local radio. It uses atmosphere well and captures real emotion through strong contributors. It's well presented by someone whose passion oozes through the speakers. A well-produced piece with lots of heart. The gold for news, journalism and factual storytelling of the year goes to Oldham Community Radio, the agony and the ecstasy.
At least it's not the army again, I suppose. Well, I feel a bit of a fraud here because I've got to say thank you to all the rest of the team at Oldham Community Radio, Ian Wolstenholme and the rest of the team who put this entry together and made the programmes. So, it's interesting that it says about storytelling. I think our feature is really because of storytelling. For those who don't know, the Oldham Coliseum Theatre, been around in various guises for 100 years. Little tiny theatre in a northern town, started many a acting career, many a child's memories of going to the pantomime. And a couple of years ago, the Arts Council chopped all their funding and they closed down the theatre. Cue a big campaign of local people to do fundraising and bring it back. And really, all we did at Oldham Community Radio is reflect that campaign, reflect the feeling in the town, and that culminated a while back with a successful fundraising bid, and the theatre's going to be reopening in about 12 months' time, all being well, for the 2025 pantomime. And hopefully, Oldham Community Radio will be there to reflect the things and the progress as that goes. So thank you to all the rest of the team at Oldham Community Radio, and well done to everybody in Oldham and the wider area of the campaign for saving the Coliseum Theatre, because without them, without that successful campaign, we wouldn't be here picking up and making a programme to reflect that. Thank you.
To me next. It's a long way round, isn't it? Isn't technology wonderful when iPads work? There we go. We're on. The specialist content show of the year, and this is one which I know there's a lot of people enter this category. It's a tough one to win. And here to announce the winner for 2024 of the Specialist Music Show, welcome on stage Colin Patterson, the Senior Head of Content Production for BBC Audio Wales and West of England. Colin. The one before? Have I read the wrong one out? Do you know what? Gold last year, rubbish this year. The Specialist Content Show is actually sponsored by PRS. For Hewell Williams, former Ofcom Wales Advisory Board member. Is he here? He is here! Thank God for that. It was going so well, Hugh, until then, wasn't it? Did I get your name right?
Yes, thank you very much. Okay. Yes, excellent. Noswaith dda, good evening. Croeso Gaerdydd, welcome to Cardiff. Chi gyd yn mwynhau, you're all having a good time, you're enjoying it? It's going really well, isn't it? Excellent, excellent. I'm here tonight to present the award for the Specialist Content Show of the Year, a sioe cynnwys arbenigol y flwyddyn. And ar enwyd biadau yw, and the nominations are...
Specialist Content Show of the Year, sponsored by PRS for Music.
The Forever Manchester Audio Show, All FM. Martin Lunn, The Astronomy Show, Drystone Radio. A Sky Tonight Special Report, HCR 104 FM. Hooray for Musicals, A Christmas Carol, Maritime Radio. Simon Selects, When the Beatles Played Northampton, and Live Radio.
Ac ar gyfer y wobr efydd, the Bronze Award, this goes to Martin Lunn, The Astronomy Show, Drystone Radio. Ac ar gyfer y wobr arian, the Silver Award, this goes to A Skies Tonight Special Report, HRC 104 FM. Ac ar gyfer y wobr Aiir, and for the Gold Award, the judges said, this entry is a brilliant example of why this category matters. Pure creative joy, what a treat. The host has a clear passion and knowledge of the subject matter, resulting in a superbly presented, enjoyable listen. Ac mae'r wobr Aiir, the Gold Award goes to Hooray for Musicals, A Christmas Carol, Maritime Radio. Llongyfarchiadau mawr. Huge congratulations.
They couldn't be here tonight, but no, but congratulations to them anyway.
Okay, llongyfarchiadau mawr, congratulations.
And it's time for award number 10, over halfway through the night. Yeah. And time for the awards Steve just announced earlier, Specialist Music Show of the Year, sponsored by PPL. Please welcome to the stage Senior Head of Content Production for BBC Audio Wales and West of England, Colin Patterson.
Noswaith dda, good evening. I'm really proud that I get to lead national radio teams that broadcast for the BBC from this part of the world. So we now have Radio 1, weekend breakfast, early breakfast with Owain Wyn Evans, afternoons on Radio 3, a plethora of programmes on Radio 4, and afternoons on Six Music with Hugh Stevens, who was with you earlier. So we're really proud that we're making more and more national programmes from this part of the world, but I'm even prouder that we're also using talent from community radio in this part of the world. And so we regularly have community radio teams coming in to see what we do, but also working on our programmes. And with everything that's going on with commercial radio, I hope that community radio and the BBC continue to work together and grow stronger in the future. But enough of that. Let's get to the nominations for Specialist Music Show of the Year.
Specialist Music Show of the Year, sponsored by PPL.
Currently Country, K107 FM. Crossover Country, Radio Sky. Dance Anthems with Matt Price, Radio Woking. The Indie Club, Spark. Justin Storm's Friday Night Takeover, Switch Radio. Classics Count, Wickham Sound.
Now, there could be a career-ending moment coming up because, I don't know, there's a couple of Jeremy Hunt moments. You'll notice at least 3 in here, so let's go for it. The bronze goes to Currently Country, K107 FM. The silver award goes to the indie club, Spark. And for the gold award, the judges said this entry was an upbeat, enjoyable listen with a good individual show identity, an accomplished and professional presenter who is extremely knowledgeable about the music genre. The gold award goes to Crossover Country Radio Sky.
Actually, Sam Hinks, I'm afraid. He was here last year with his silver velvet suit, and hopefully he's sitting somewhere in Gleneagles right now with his family and enjoying winning another award here at the Community Radio Awards. So congratulations, Sam. He does a power of work at Radio Sky. We're hugely thankful of all his inputs. His presenting skills are excellent, and he's a good support of the team. He's great at teaching us all how to do it right as well. So Sam, enjoy this, enjoy your weekends away, and we wish you were here with us to celebrate, but we'll certainly be celebrating for you, Sky style, and thanks to all the judges. Modern Tang.
Moral of the story, Steve, take the iPad with you next time. On to award number 11 then, and the entertainment show of the year. This is sponsored by COP Media. I'd like to welcome onto the stage the founder of COP Media, Steve Tandy.
That was a good idea. Good evening, everybody. I'm the cuckoo in the nest this evening, so I, for 35 years, have been plugging music to regional radio. When I started, it was very small, very commercial radio was small, and then, as you all know, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we're here today. I've seen the landscape change tremendously, as we all have. Regional radio, when I started, was local radio. Your local radio now. And I have started working with the community radio sector with the help of Nathan and Martin to try and work with you to give you the music. Entertainment on radio is some of the music. Give you the music that you can play your listeners. It's free. I don't charge. There's flyers on the table. If you want to reach out to me and be on our mailing list, some of you already are. I've met some of you today, which has been great. If you want to get in contact, there's no strings. I just want to get our music out to as many people as possible, but also to support you, because I believe you're the future of real local radio. And also in this room, there are the future broadcasters, technicians, presenters who will be leading the way in radio in the future. So, without further ado, the nominees are...
Entertainment Show of the Year, sponsored by COP Media.
Lunchtime with Tristan B, BCFM. Hayley Hammond, BFBS Bryce Norton. Ryan Galpin, BFBS Salisbury Plain. Now that's what I call a Christmas carol. Airwash Sound. Currently Country, K107 FM. Morning with Mitch, K107 FM.
So, congratulations to all the nominees. The Bronze Award goes to Lunchtime with Christian B on BCFM. The Silver Award goes to Rylan Galpin from BFBS Salisbury Plain. And the Gold Award, the judges said, this show demonstrates excellent presentation, full of community news and events and guests. It's heartwarming and actively engages its listeners. Exactly what community radio should be. So the Gold Award goes to, I've always wanted to do this bit, Hayley Hammond of BFBS Byres Norton.
And yes, you gathered that Hayley isn't here. Hayley's actually, as well as a presenter, she's also a singer, and she's singing at a Forces event tonight where she sings music from the 20s and 30s, so she was already booked, unfortunately. But she did give me this to read out. She said, "Wow, thank you so much. Sorry I can't be there this evening to collect the award myself. Community engagement has always been at the heart and soul of what I do on air, and it's wonderful to be recognised in this way. I would like to say a big thank you to my family and friends. Without their continued support and love, I wouldn't be able to do this and what I love every day. A special shout out to my dad and friend Joe, who are without a doubt my biggest fans and listen to every single show and every single day. Thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone."
Huge congratulations there. And now it's time for live events or outside broadcast of the year, sponsored by Vibrant Colour. Please welcome to the stage host of Radio Creators Podcast, Steve Randall.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a brilliant time. If you haven't heard of the Radio Creators Podcast, it brings together the very best of community radio, just like this event, bringing those who are doing community radio really, really well onto a podcast to share with station managers, but also anybody who's in community radio, about best practice, the things they're doing well, the things that are working, so that we can all benefit. That's the whole idea of it. And I also give my own thoughts from time to time after 30 years in commercial radio and community radio. So there's a lot of learning in this room. I'm sure we've been sharing ideas, and that's what Radio Creators is all about. But this award is really important. Live event or outside broadcast of the year. If you were at the conference today, fantastic conference by the way, sound like Donald Trump there, didn't I? Fantastic conference, best conference ever. Nobody does conferences like UKCRN. The thing we talked about on the session for radio creators was the power of community engagement, and nothing engages your community better than when you get out there and you do outside broadcasts, you turn up at their events, you shake hands, maybe you organise your own event. All of that stuff makes you a valuable part of the community. It's really, really important. It's possibly the most important thing you can do. We love sitting in studios, pressing buttons, talking into microphones, but you can't hide behind the microphone. You've got to get out there. That's community engagement. And this award really, really sums up the best of doing live events or outside broadcasts, and we've got some great nominees.
Live event or outside broadcast of the year, sponsored by Vibrant Colour.
Awaz FM live at the Eid Bazaar. Awaz FM. St Neots Festival. Black Cat Radio. Bro Radio's Community Awards. Bro Radio. Radio Lab at Radio 1's Big Weekend. Radio Lab 97.1 FM. Vectis Radio live at Isle of Wight Day. Vectis Radio.
Some fantastic nominees. The Bronze Award goes to Radio Lab at Radio 1's Big Weekend. Radio Lab 97.1 FM. Congratulations to them. Silver Award goes to Bro Radio's Community Awards, Bro Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this was an entry with a show plan on another level. That was not the 90s group, by the way. With vivid descriptions of the event, a good variety of voices from across the weekend, a nice smattering of live music, and even some positive on-location feedback from listeners. The positive impact of a station's role in the event is clearly demonstrated. And the Gold Award goes to St Neots Festival Black Cat Radio.
By some strange coincidence, this very event last year, I was halfway through my pudding, as they call it, and Martin Steers said, I don't suppose you could present an award, could you, because we've had a call-off. And it was for the live outside broadcast, and I said at the time, in fact I asked for a show of hands, how many in the room, how many stations do live outside broadcasts, and there was a smattering. And I did try and encourage everyone to do it because it gets you to the heart of the community, exactly as we've just heard. If I ask the same question tonight, how many stations here do outside broadcasts? A big improvement. I'm delighted on behalf of the team, Nigel and I and Steve, to accept this award. It's an immense amount of effort, but we mustn't forget the people who actually put the St Neots Festival together. Claire Slade and Richard and, I'm thinking now, Ben Pitts. Sorry, Ben, if you're watching. Without their work behind the scenes, the festival would not have been the huge success that it was. So we're very grateful for this award.
Yeah, I didn't do radio 2 years ago, and I heard and saw Steve last year, and we got a silver award. And to stand here tonight with the Gold Award, with my colleagues and my best friend over there, Steve Greenall, presenting, who stood by me and believed in me to do radio, is just amazing. And I'd like to also think of a guy called Ernie Armand, who helped me along when I started out and was wondering whether to do radio or not. I did my first radio show live, and I hadn't actually sat at a desk before and had post-it notes. So that was quite hairy. But Ernie Armand encouraged me, helped me, and when things were going badly, was always there. And he died exactly a year ago. I'd like to dedicate this to him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness. What? Did Colin Patterson put that down? Absolutely. Oh, goodness me. That award, the guys didn't mention, I was on there, Paul Gray was on there, Jenny Jeffries. Someone out there knows Brian Moore. Brian Moore, who helped to organise a parade from scratch, and in 2 months he got the best part of 1,800 people from different organisations to walk through the park. It was an absolutely astonishing evening. I loved it. I'm going to bring onto the stage now someone who I was quite envious last year, because I watched her walk onto the stage to collect a Gold Award while I was sitting on the sofa at home wondering whether I might sneak one. And I know that she chatted with Brian, who was here last year, and Jenny Jeffries, one of my colleagues, and they all said, you'll get on really well with Priya. She's lovely. She is. She's here. Last year's female presenter, Priya!
Thank you very much. I was really honoured to win Female Presenter of the Year last year, but even more honoured to share the category with some talented women in community radio. And I'm really excited to pass on the baton now to Female Presenter of the Year for 2024. So let's hear the nominees.
Female Presenter of the Year, sponsored by Autopod.
Debbie Day, Academy FM Thanet. Natasha Rayno, BFBS Aldershot. Amy Gray, Cambridge 105 Radio. Steffi Callister, Cambridge 105 Radio. Susie Lee, Radio Sky. Malika Chowdhury, Switch Radio.
Huge congratulations to all the nominees. The Bronze Award goes to Amy Gray, Cambridge 105 Radio. The Silver Award goes to Susie Lee, Radio Sky. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this presenter demonstrates all the skills a good presenter should have, with genuine confidence in her voice and excellent rapport with the guests. It is clear this presenter cares about her local community and engages with the audience well, covering a wide range of topics. Keep up the good work. The Gold Award goes to Steffi Callister, Cambridge 105 Radio.
Well, for the avoidance of doubt, I'm not Steffi Callister, who had a family event she needs to be at tonight. I'm Julian Clover, I'm the editorial lead at Cambridge 105 Radio. Steffi is a fantastic broadcaster. The ability just to soak up the information about the guest and then present it with such warmth to the audience at home. But it's also not just about the presenting skills that she has. She's also really good at bringing on new people. Students will wander through the programme on their way to greater things, and she's not afraid to open her contacts book to share that, to try and take on the talent further. So, on behalf of Steffi, thank you very much indeed.
Congratulations to Steffi, and now it's time for Male Presenter of the Year, sponsored by Autopod. I'm going to welcome to the stage last year's winner of Male Presenter of the Year and my wonderful co-host this evening, Steve Greenall.
I've made notes. Stephen Higgs, who announced me as the winner last year, isn't here tonight, which is a shame. And to be honest, it was quite some business printing all this lot out, but I'm going to read it anyway. On November the 4th last year, I couldn't make it to Newcastle, and my colleague Brian Dobson, who's here tonight and has actually been and picked a couple of awards up on our behalf, was here. I have to say, I'm so enjoying being in the limelight here in Cardiff. When I was 9 years of age, my family moved from St Helens to South Wales, and I lived in New Inn near Pontypool for 2 years. So it was nice to come back along the M4 and try to pronounce the Welsh signs as we came through. Last year, I was just Steve Greenall. This year, Gold Award winning Stu Greenall. Thank you, Martin Storrs, for that one. Sorry. I've been aiming for something in opposition to the way Stephen did his presentation. He went for the 2 J's last year, jackets and jokes. I'm not too good at jokes. I've been aiming for the 2 S's, smart suit and sagaciousness, hence no jokes, but hopefully a few insightful thoughts. And I'd like to repeat a couple of things that I said this afternoon to conference, because earlier this week, as you know, Ofcom announced they were, quote, simplifying and streamlining some of the regulatory requirements on community radio so that they can focus on delivering social gain. And they highlighted the types of programming to be broadcast, for example, the main types of music and speech output, the number of hours of original output broadcast and the number of hours of locally produced output, which is to be welcomed. But many of us who work behind the scenes on community radio stations, raising the money to keep our stations going, are looking to the Department for Culture, Media and Sport to give us a second boost in 2024. And I was delighted to hear one of the comments this morning that changes may be afoot to remove the financial rules and shackles that we have to work under at the moment. So come on, Lisa Nandy, get it done. And whilst I'm on a roll, everyone in this room who's been working in community radio has probably been asked at some stage, how many listeners have you got? And we know that the official body, RAJAR, would be delighted to include community radio stations, providing we cough up £8,877 plus VAT. And I can only speak for Black Cat Radio to say that we ain't got that kind of money to be told what we think we feel already, that we've got a lot of listeners, but we can't actually go out and evidence it. Although last year, myself and several of our colleagues went out into St Neots and took a poll of 500 people, which is quite a lot of the town. And we calculate, based RAJAR style on what we did, that we've got up to 20,000 weekly listeners and some. Our friends at BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, which covers a much wider area, have got 65,000. But a few years ago, they had 92,000. I wonder where their listeners have gone. We're all volunteers. And the definition of that word, if you'll excuse Wikipedia, is a person who works for an organisation without being paid. And I've got a confession to make. I do get paid for what I do on Black Cat Radio. I get an annual salary of adrenaline with the occasional overtime of social reward and admiration and a regular daily bonus of friendship across the community. And I want you all, just for a moment, if I may, to ask you, what impact do you and your station have in the community? I can answer that question briefly on Black Cat Radio's part. The local U3A membership has rocketed. We help that. There are several mental health support groups in St Neots. We've helped them all. Our weekday magazine programme has given voice to over 500 people in 2 years. We gave them that voice. And our first on-air Christmas appeal last year, we've never done one before, to raise cash for an organisation called Three Pillars, helping feed the homeless in the community. We raised almost 2,300 quid. If you'll bear with me, because we've got the appeal on the go at the moment. We only started it 2 weeks ago, and to date we've got 1,846. So I hope we can beat last year's total. Last year, my predecessor, Stephen Higgs, who I was hoping to meet tonight, but I gather he's in America, chicken, he said of myself that I was a devoted presenter engaging across the community. And I hope in a moment or two, when I get to read out the winner of the 2024 Male Presenter of the Year, they get the same adrenaline rush that I got when I was sitting on the sofa with Elsa, my wife, and Ben last year, watching from home. Stephen also remarked that he himself had entered the category 3 times before he saw success. So I say to everyone tonight, and everyone listening at home right now on YouTube, and everyone reading this later on when it's written up, if you've not won or you're not nominated, try again. Learn from the best, don't copy the ordinary, make a raising radio, create an impact, and serve your communities. Because the vast changes to the old ILR network and changes in locally produced BBC content presents us all with a great opportunity. Seize it! Anyone who's won this award before will always say that you always get to keep it even though you pass it on to someone else, because we've all got a trophy to prove it. But we now come to hand over the Male Presenter of the Year Award for 2024. Here are the nominees.
Male Presenter of the Year, sponsored by Autopod.
Neil Kefford, Academy FM Thanet. Patrick Foster, Academy FM Thanet. Ryan Galpin, BFBS Salisbury Plain. Luke Walwork, Liverpool Community Radio. Ben Ellis, Switch Radio. Stephen Higgs, Switch Radio.
It's that time. The Bronze Award goes to Luke Walwork from Liverpool Community Radio. The Silver Award goes to Ryan Galpin from BFBS Salisbury Plain. And the judges said for the Gold Award, this person is an upbeat, strong and comfortable presenter who's clearly passionate about his local area, really enjoyable to listen to, bad jokes included. The Gold Award goes again to Stephen Hicks from Switch Radio.
For anyone that's ever met Stephen before, and if you were at the last awards, you would have done, you'd have known he's a bit of a diva. We bought some community radio socks. Last year for Christmas, he bought me socks with his face on, because that's what I wanted. And he's very diva-like, but behind all of that, actually, is a presenter who really gets what it means to be community. Right? He understands what it's about to be from his local area. And as much as he might cloud it, he's phenomenally passionate about where he lives and where he comes from. I'm never, ever going to say this again, but he deserves this. Stephen Higgs.
I think they call this getting towards the business end, don't they? The 15th award of the night is for the Community Show of the Year, and it's sponsored by a great supporter of community radio, the country manager at Radio Player UK. Will you please give a very warm welcome to Sean Tighe.
Yeah, thanks for getting my name right. I get called all sorts. It's great to be here tonight, especially as I only live in Swansea down the M4. But my background is community commercial radio. Spent the best part of 25 years in South Wales, started at Swansea Sound, the first sort of commercial radio station in Wales. So I know the great job that you guys do, but also the challenges that you have as well. So give yourselves a round of applause for keeping radio alive in the community. So at Radio Player UK, we're proud to support the UK CRN. Look forward to building a great partnership with them in 2025. Let's have a look at the nominations for Community Show of the Year.
Community Show of the Year, sponsored by Radio Player.
City Talk with Nita Jamu, Chelmsford Community Radio. In Conversation with Indira, New Sound Radio 92 FM. Amtil Past Memories, Radio Lab 97.1 FM. John Andrews with Lara on Sunday, Radio Woking. Rhondda Heritage Hour, Rhondda Radio.
I think we've got the John Andrews fan club over there. Give us a wave. Okay, the Bronze Award goes to Radio Lab. The Silver Award goes to New Sound Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said this entry has something for everyone and does something that radio is all about. It tells wonderful stories to be cherished, a quality community show and a true success. And the Gold Award goes to Rhondda Heritage Hour, Rhondda Radio.
and gentlemen, good evening. Nice to see you all. When we were nominated for this award, we were really overwhelmed. Tonight we've got the gold. And the programme is all about Rhondda and its heritage. It spotlights Rhondda places and its people. Now, there are more than 100 voices that have been on the programme since January the 3rd. We've got 2 voices with us today, 2 lovely ladies, Paula Hughes and Jane Griffiths, and not forgetting our friend as well, Natalie Ann Jones, okay? A special mention as well to Wayne Crichton, one of our directors, who persuaded us to put the programme on for an award. So, Wayne, thank you very much indeed. Now, I present the programme, and it's on a Wednesday afternoon between 3 and 4. And I must ask you to tune in because I think you'll enjoy the programme as well, okay? The programme is produced by no other than my great friend, John Geraint Roberts, and he'll say a few words about the programme now.
Thank you, David. It's conventional to thank people when one accepts an award like this, and we are truly delighted. We want to thank the National Lottery Heritage Fund, who sponsored the programme, in a sense, through a grant that they've given, which we won, for a wider community project, of which this programme is just one part. I also want to thank colleagues at Rhondda Radio, of course, and David has done that, and our community voices, without which the programme would be nothing. But I have literally tens of thousands of people to thank tonight, because these are the Community Radio Awards. And 150 years ago, the world's best steam coal was discovered deep beneath the Rhondda Valley. And since then, the community has grown and grown and grown. And tens, hundreds of thousands of people can claim that Rhondda heritage. And Rhondda is a place that puts people before profit. It's a true community. It's a place where people say, what matters to us matters more than what matters to me. And that's true community in my book. Thank you.
Congratulations there. Obviously we are on like the big awards now, and we go on to Community Impact Project of the Year, sponsored by the UK Community Radio Network. So please welcome to the stage Director of the UK Community Radio Network, Dean Kavanagh.
I haven't won anything. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of the UK Community Radio Network. I think if you were at the conference earlier, then actually you realise that collectively together we can make a real difference in the community, and I think that really came across in the conference that we had earlier. I'm not going to take too much glory because my contribution to arranging that was minimal, so really the congratulations have to go to Martin and Nathan, who did a fantastic amount of work for the conference earlier. So I'm not going to steal the thunder from them. However, I am here to award the Community Impact Project of the Year. The nominations are...
Community Impact Project of the Year, sponsored by the UK Community Radio Network.
Ukrainian radio community, Razom, together, all FM. Youth Spice, Radio Sky. River Radio Toy Appeal, River Radio. The 4 Ps, Radio Vectis Radio Training School is 10 years old. Vectis Radio. The Inclusivity Project, Vectis Radio.
And the Bronze Award in this category goes to River Radio Toy Appeal, River Radio. The Silver Award goes to the 4PS Radio Vectis Radio Training School, who's 10 years old, Vectis Radio. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this entry was enjoyable to listen to, was well produced and demonstrated a brilliant way of helping the participants embrace the project. The Gold Award goes to Youth Space, Radio Sky.
Oh my goodness, well, we weren't expecting that at all, I have to say. We are immensely proud of our youth programme. We started it about 5 years ago. 2 years ago, we've got funding for it to bring around about 10 young people into the station to work with them. And over the last couple of years, we've been working with a youth mentor, who's Robert, who does a power of work with all the young people. It's from 12 to 24-year-olds. They come in and it's completely tailored to their needs. We work with people with learning difficulties. We work with people with all different age groups, different backgrounds, for different reasons, where they want to get into media or where they're struggling at school. And we're just so proud of what the work they do. They come and they don't know. They come and they want to do a bit of editing. They end up presenting and they absolutely love it. The confidence it's just amazing to see. So I'm quite emotional about this one, so thank you very much to the judges. Sam, who came from our Youth Space programme, is now a young studio assistant with us, and he's done a brilliant job.
Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to Robert John McInnes. I was the first one on the Youth Space scheme. He took me in under his wing, he showed me the ropes, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. The Youth Space has given such a platform to so many young children across Skye and Lochash, our local listening area, and it just means the absolute world. And I want to hopefully one day be as amazing as Robert is, and hopefully inspire all the different children and under 24s across Skye and Lochash, because it means the absolute world. And yeah, I just can't believe it. We're in absolute shock. And yeah, I'm on the Radio Skye, eh? Come on!
Nearly done, mate.
Yeah, nearly done.
Well done.
Didn't
she do well, as they used to say on the Generation? Come on, let's hear it for Priya.
Thank you. And for Steve as well. Yeah.
The one thing that strikes me, I want to leave you with one phrase that someone once told me about, and it really resonates, and it will resonate amongst all of you in this room when we're pushing to get more recognition for community radio, more money or less restriction for community radio, and a wider, if you like, a sense of being for community radio, because none of us is as smart as all of us. Together, we make a great team. It's time now, I think, Priya, to welcome on
the big
Blue
award,
Velvet, the man himself,
the big
with
award
the snazzy jacket
that everyone is waiting for. Station of the Year, sponsored by Aiir. Yes, come on. Come on.
Can we just say, by the way, that Martin's other half has been poorly this week, and I was wondering, why has he not sent me an email yet? I was expecting to find out. His wife ain't so well, and she can't be here, so this is dedicated to her as much as anything else, Martin.
Yeah, please welcome the chair of the awards, Martin Steers.
Right. That's flown by, hasn't it? Absolutely flown by. We've got the Station of the Year award and then some normal chat and talking. I do want to say a personal big thank you to the team at Aiir, who have been our headline sponsor for a good few years now, who are normally here and unfortunately couldn't be here, which is why we had that wonderful message at the start of the awards, because normally they're here and we do a bit of a back and forth in terms of doing the awards. But shall we have the Station of the Year? This year's nominees for Station of the Year are...
Station of the Year, sponsored by Aiir.
Academy FM Thanet. All FM. Portsmouth's Express FM. Spark. Switch Radio. Vectis Radio.
So, this evening, the 2024 Community Radio Awards Station of the Year. Bronze award goes to Vectus Radio. The 2024 Community Radio Awards Station of the Year Silver Award goes to Academy FM Thanet. And for the Gold Award, the judges said, this station is inspiring, empowering individuals from across the community. There's a genuine sense of fun and engagement in the way shows are delivered, making the content enjoyable and lively. The core of the station, its commitment to giving everyone a voice, comes through loud and clear. The 2024 Community Radio Awards Station of the Year Gold Award goes to All FM.
Thank you so much. Firstly, I just want to, All FM, for those who aren't aware, we're based in Manchester. We've got 103 presenters and producers who represent the tapestry of the communities and people of Manchester. And I'd just like to pay tribute to all of those who make All FM the wonderful place, venue, radio station that we are. I genuinely didn't think we were going to win. If I did, I would have dressed a bit smarter for the occasion. I'd also like to, without sounding too magnanimous, pay tribute to everybody here. We live in strange times where the voices of people and communities are at great risk of being marginalised and also suppressed. And it seems to me that maybe community radio is perhaps Britain's best kept secret, in the fact we fight overwhelming odds, and I don't use the word overwhelming lightly, to A, stay afloat, B, keep broadcasting, and C, keep providing a voice for as many people and communities across the UK as we can. I think now more than ever the voice of community radio station is vital, is so important, and I think we should salute ourselves and everyone in the wonderful stadium today for giving the voices, for giving empowerment, and for giving highlighting the beauty of so many people and so many voices and so many communities that make Britain such a great country. Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much.
No, very good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It would be me, wouldn't it? Would be me. Right. I will come and grab a photo with you in a minute. I've got to finish this. I've got to do some bits. Finishing for me. Right. That's it. The awards. We've flown by. We've travelled far and wide. In fact, I don't know how far people have travelled, but we've travelled far and wide to be here. We've had hundreds of people watching online, and I thank that. And of course, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entries from stations across the country taking part. I do want to say thank you to our hosts, Priya and Steve, once more. They've disappeared. Where have they disappeared? Come up here a second. Come up here. Where have they gone? Yes, come up here. Because for our hosts, I think something we brought in last year or the year before is you get to take Memento, one of our sort of trophies, to celebrate the fact you were here. So thank you for doing that, and I want to grab a quick photo of them. I want to thank you all for coming. and for watching at home. I want to thank again all our judges and the people who have come up and presented the awards tonight. We certainly couldn't do the awards without our judges. And appeal again to anyone here or watching at home, if you think you might be interested in judging or might know someone that could judge, please do get in touch with the Community Radio Awards. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, our headline sponsor, Aiir, Autopod, Cop Media, DivaWeb, PPL, POS for Music, Radio Player, Radio Today, the Radio Hub, TM Studios, UK Community Radio Network, the Wales Community Radio Network, and Vibrant Colour. So thank you to our sponsors. Certainly this also wouldn't be possible without the sponsors helping covering some of the costs of putting the awards together. I want to say a big thank you to the production team, people who are behind the awards who you don't see. Oliver, Rachel, Christopher, Vinny, Catherine, my other half who couldn't be here tonight, who is watching, and Nathan. And also to Maxine, who's one of the award directors and chair of the honours, who couldn't be there. So I'd like you to ask to give a big round of applause. Thanks to the people for that. I do want to say a big thank you to the venue. It's the first time we've ever come to a footy ball thing, stadium, whatever it's called. I don't do football. And I think it's been a beautiful venue. If you like the kind of thing, they've actually got sun lamps on the grass if you want to go and have a look at that kind of thing. In fact, if you can get onto it, I mean, maybe just have a go and kick about. But no, probably not. We'll get in trouble for that. Don't do that. But what I will say is a big thank you to the catering team, because I think the food this evening, and if you were here during the day, the food I think today was quite good. So well done to the catering staff. So some final bits of housekeeping for me. As I said at the beginning, we want to be better at organising the awards and the conference. We will announce details much, much sooner. I can promise you that for next year. We already want to start talking to people about 2026 as well and beyond. So if you think you've got the kind of facilities and links to the kind of facilities and you want to maybe come and help host the awards, do come and chat to me or Nathan for future years, because we want to grow the awards, we want to grow the conference. Today I was really impressed with the quality of the Community Radio Conference, the National Community Radio Conference. And I will say, despite what Dean said, a big round of applause for Nathan, because he did most of the heavy lifting on the conference. And if you didn't make the conference, come and chat to us to find out what we covered. Speak to other people who went, because I think for those that went will appreciate it. I think the conference was really good, and we would always encourage people to do that. And we have got plans to develop the conference. Maybe even, I don't know, turning the whole thing into maybe a community radio festival across the weekend or something. Who knows? Watch this space. So if you're interested in being involved in the future of the awards or the conference, come and have a chat to us. In a minute, I'm going to ask all the gold recipients to come to the front for the big group photo. And then at the table where you registered, it's about to go out, the certificates for tonight will be on there. Are they out there already? Big thank you for Christopher for that. So the table out front is where the certificates are. You will find 2 copies of every certificate. One for you and one for your station. Each gold also gets I put it on the table to bring with me. Gets a mug. So if you're a gold winner, come and see me to get given a mug as well. They're great. They're very exclusive. The certificates are grouped per station as well. Yes. So you can just go and grab the whole lot. And if you're looking at home and there's no one here, don't worry. We will post stuff to you. Also, it's worth saying trophies. If you want to order additional trophies, you can do that. That link will go out. Oh, the mugs out there. Oh, mugs are out there. There we go. This year, we are continuing, because of the demand we had, to have finalist certificates. So even if you were just a finalist, there is a certificate to celebrate and promote that. It says here the gold audio will be on the website soon. I'm not going to make that promise straight away, because I'm looking at redeveloping our sort of website and what we do, and I would like to actually try and get all the past year's golds up on there. So it might take a little bit longer. If anyone wants to help do some of that stuff. What we actually need with community radios is some more people helping with some of the stuff. So if you're interested in volunteering help with the Community Radio Awards, come and have a chat. Guys, give us a few more minutes. There will be a survey out for tonight and the awards in general. Watch this space, that will come soon, because, like I said, coming up to the 10th Community Radio Awards, we want to look at where do we need to change things. We've not done any sort of big changes for a few years. Do we need to add awards, change awards, this kind of stuff, and how we do the awards? Feedback from the judges will be coming out very soon. It is a manual task. I have to download loads of spreadsheets and run mail merge tasks on it. It's not an easy click a button. It does take me like a whole weekend, and it's coming up to Christmas light switch on and all that kind of jazz. So watch this space. They will come soon. I will promise you that. In a change of history, we're not going off to a pub. We are staying here. We have a DJ coming on in a few minutes. And we can stay here for a couple more hours drinking, so you're more than welcome. And you're more than welcome to buy me or any of my team drinks as a bit of a thank you as well. But more importantly, guys, use this time to chat to each other, exchange details, go and speak to gold winners and say, what did you do? Can I chat to you? Can I find out what you did? Use the next couple of hours to network. I think it's Steve said, we're stronger together as a sector. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the rest of the night. See you in 2025 for our 10th Community Radio Awards. Thank you very much.